What's up, y'all? Welcome to another review by Ryan. Happy Monday. Happy start to the official work week for the Monday through Friday people. It is Monday, August 22nd, and I hope wherever you're at in the world that you find this video in good spirits and good health. In this reaction, we'll be reacting to the 8th episode of the 2nd season of Classroom of the Elite. The title of the episode is The Wound is at Her Heart. Obviously, we had a lot of things get laid out for this next part of the show now. Everything is out in the open now with Kyoushitsu now. So now there's really not a lot of secrets except just revealing her to the entire class now. And obviously at the last episode, we went from seeing the current student council president step down, who's now been replaced by Miyabi and Miyabi. And we've also seen that there is a new mini test underway in which basically students have to score 60 points or greater combined together, or they will both be expelled. And we went from all that to determining the plan of action for the paper shuffle. And Horikita actually ended up being the one putting the plan together for the class, which again is a shock to a lot of people, but we've really started to see Horikita mature. She got that extra push that she needed by Ayakanoji to actually try to be a team player, because if she wants to have any people on her side in the class, she has to start making friends at some point in time. But of course, there was nothing more precious than the interactions that we got to see between Kei and Ayakanoji. Especially, first off, her little feet movement and everything when she was talking to him and realized that she didn't have to worry about the other girl being a threat was absolutely adorable. And for someone like me who did not really like Kei, I'm very happy to see that she is kind of turning this leaf now of sorts. And maybe it's because she's well grounded by dealing with Ayakanoji, because again, he has to keep all of his tools in their rightful place. But I do believe that she is serving a greater purpose, and he understands that. And, you know, there are things that happened last episode that we continue to see, I guess, marginal emotion from him. For example, being confessed to by Maya. I didn't see that coming at the start of the episode, but my goodness, my man just racking everybody now, except Kyoushitsu, who just hates everybody now and wants to get rid of everyone that could be a threat to people finding out about her past. And speaking of which, I think that she is going to really be at the helm of this episode. It truly does seem like we are about to see Kyoushitsu really get blasted and revealed. But not only her, but it looks like Ruin is about to start coming, you know, things on him is about to start coming full circle. We saw him address who the traitor was in his class, which of course was one of the girls that was responsible for bullying Kei, which means we all but we're all but assured now that Ayakanoji had something to do with the recording and everything in between. So, a lot of stuff I just said. How do I feel about all of that? Is it actually making any cohesive sense? Is the story actually going to a place that I like? And the answer is yes. I'm actually particularly happy with where the story is going, primarily because I get this feeling that as all of these events unravel, we're getting closer and closer to watching Kyoushitsu fall from grace. And not only Kyoushitsu fall from grace, but we might be getting ready to see the collapse of Class C also with the leadership under Ruin. But for now, it's just a wait and see. We're going to see how it all plays out. And this episode may bring light to a lot of different things. And hopefully it's going to bring light to the past that Horikita brought up when she went and explained to Ayakanoji about Kyoushitsu's past. And the fact that the reason that Kyoushitsu wants to get rid of her primarily is because she believes that she knows something about her more than she actually knows. Based on my understanding of the last episode, it seemed almost clear that Horikita just came in on the aftermath, but she didn't actually see whatever it was that Kyoushitsu did. Maybe the girl just needed anger management issues. She didn't hurt anybody, but she just destroyed the class. Who knows what it is? It could be something small like that. But she thinks that Horikita saw her, and as a result, things kind of went from that point. So I think that revelations are really coming in the next episode or two, and I cannot wait to see what those revelations ends up being. I'll do this. I'm going to make a quick statement and then we'll start the reaction. As far as the rating of the show goes, the show is still rating above an 8 out of 10 on Mal right now. And as you'll see up on the screen, in the courtesy of Anime Corner, and I'll kind of do these back to back, so you'll see them rotate back to back. In Anime Corner, Classroom of the Elite is in the number 10 spot. It fell 3 spots and it barely made the top 10 list this past week. However, in Anime Trending, Classroom of the Elite only fell 1 spot and is currently sitting in the number 3 spot. And Classroom of the Elite has done relatively better in Anime Trending than it has in Anime Corner. So very interesting stuff there. And one factor that I want to say might be a factor into why the show is a little bit on shaky grounds has to do with animation. So one thing you guys haven't really heard me talk a lot about this show is how I feel about the animation. Y'all heard me, talk and be very happy with the story elements of it. But with a show like this, I tend to pay more attention to the story than I do to the animation itself. And going back through the last couple of episodes and paying attention to some of the things that some of you have pointed out to me, whether it be on YouTube or on Bilibili or in other platforms that I react on, you've pointed out that it seems that I'm kind of either missing or overlooking glaring animation issues that exist in this show. And I will acknowledge there are a few animation issues that I did miss. And so I do apologize about that. But also the reason I pretty much missed those is because I determined, even though those issues did exist, it didn't take away from what the story that was being portrayed to us. And because I'm so attached to watching this journey through these elite students, I have tended to overlook certain animation things. And one major one that I overlooked that I didn't even notice until like the following episode was when Ayakanoji was running against the student council president. And obviously there were people running on top of people, and you could clearly tell that the frames were completely all jacked up there. And this is truly one of those situations where it comes down to something simple, because this isn't the only show having this issue. Another show that I'm greatly enjoying this season is having a similar issue, and that show is none other than Devil is a Part-Timer Season 2, who's also having relatively interesting animation woes right now, some a lot worse than others. So the question: is it worth second seasons being made for these type of shows that we've waited a long time for if studios that can't animate it properly are going to pick it up? And the answer to that question from my perspective is it really depends on the nature of the show. With Classroom of the Elite, it is focused more on psychological stuff, and Ayakanoji kind of working the class in his way to his bidding. Because of the nature of this, though, there isn't really as much action as there is a lot of dialogue and a lot of setup for whatever the plot's going to go to. So because of that, in a show like Classroom of the Elite's case, it's not a big deal to me. With a show like Devil is a Part-Timer, it is a bit more of a big deal because unfortunately that show does have quite a bit more action, which means they can't be making constant mistakes like facial expressions all over the place, mouths where they shouldn't be, eyes where they shouldn't be, looking like they've almost put one face on another person's face and things like that. And while I am always greatly appreciative and love and thank all the great animators out here who are painlessly who are selflessly putting these animes together for us, we as a community still do have a right to call out bad animation when we see it. And in the case of Classroom and Devil's a Part-Timer, it has definitely been a case of bad animation this season. But at least in the show that we're about to react to's case, it has not been a significant enough issue that it's affected my rating of the show. And as of such, the show still sits at an 8 out of 10 as of the time of this reaction. So I just wanted to throw that out there. It's not so much that of me just ignoring it, but it's just the fact that I am not factoring those in as major issues that are taking away from the enjoyment of this second season. So enough about that. We're going to start with the reaction. I'm going to go put some eye drops in my eyes real quick, and then we'll get started. All right, guys, and I'm back. Let's go ahead and get this episode started. Again, the title of this episode is going to be The Wound is at Her Heart. And let's go ahead and get this started in 3, 2, 1. It is going to be on Kushida. All right. Bruh, you fucked this class up! Wait. For rejecting you? Oh, so you're just crazy in general. This girl's crazy! That's unfortunate. I'm sure you will. I cannot wait until you get exposed, you little conniving something. Oh, man. Bruh, if she go dead-eye on this class, I ain't gonna lie. Actually, no. If Akinochi wasn't here, if I was say if she go dead-eye, there'd be a problem. But real talk, he'll set her straight. We don't got nothing to worry about. Is that really a great idea? Uh-oh. He's like, here it is. Oh. Oh. Uh, huh. Yeah. He speaks. My man's like, compared to me, you are all equally stupid. We have not seen a lot of her at all this season. I want to see more interaction with her. What happened to her after the first season? Which is exactly his point. See, my man's like, this is why I don't like sticking out. He's like, that damn girl's talking too much. Bruh. You really gonna sit here and start fights with the freaking cake people? Come on. Damn. Well, I guess that'll make things easy then. However, we should clearly know that they're not going to do that. Mm. And as long as one of them ain't trying to help Class C out, then that'd be a straightforward solution. Because you are now officially a target now, my dude. Who? Oh, he's addressing him now. Ruin, you really want to take this up? You're not gonna win this, my dude. Ruin, you better step down now. Oh, Kushida is happy to have everyone that's not you and freaking Horikita. So. He's so annoyed. He's like, this girl keeps saying my name. I'm tired. Bruh. I just want to get a smacking her across her damn face one of these days. He's like, I already got a boo. Sorry. Don't you dare start putting any blame on yourself. Because she just crazy in general. Yeah, exactly. It's not your fault. In what way? She's just crazy. Don't give crazy people a way out. No. That damn girl, wow. And what is in your own way? None of your damn business. Absolutely not. Sure, about the outside of the incident. Like, highly doubtful since she's still in the leagues with freaking Ruin, but yeah. Then you better try. Well, if anyone did that, that would be you. Oh! This is also to prove her own worth, too. I mean, we have to be dealing with you, girl. Damn, I'd lose. Damn. So she bought her own brother in for this. Of course. I mean, that's fine with that. Unfortunately, it does because of the way she made it out. And you damn sure better not lie. He has to figure out all his tools, Horikita. It's fine. Let him do how he does things. Is she gonna say it? We're gonna get the story. So she was just stuck up from the beginning. She drove herself absolutely insane solely because of the fact she couldn't be number one all the time. I tell you, this number one stuff has taken so many people out of commission. Bruh. I mean, when you're being fake, yeah. But they found out about the blog. But of course, because anything online can always be found. Did you think they weren't going to? Yeah, you were gone from the start. Oh shit. She threw the class into disarray, and that landed in destruction. She speaks in that book. Yo, they destroyed their own class. Do you now? For some petty level stuff, I swear. Well, we now know she's crazy. And there have been too many monsters in real life that have been like that. Yeah, we gotta take her out of commission. We gotta take her out of commission. This has all but validated that now. It's war between these two versus her. Well, I can't say I'm surprised that it was something as ridiculous as that, but now that it's been said out loud for all of us to see on screen, we know what's necessary. We know what has to be done. This girl, Kyoushitsu, she was a lost cause from elementary school. She was always a lost cause. You need some help. That's what you need. You need counseling. But it's too late for that. You need to get counseling once you're out of here. Yo, I really want to see Ichinose back on screen soon, too. Very interested about her and her ability to get money and get points and all that. And Arisa, we still haven't gotten stuff from so many characters I really want to see. But I am glad that we're dealing with the Kyoushitsu thing now, because we really do have to deal with Kyoushitsu before we can deal with anything else. Well, guys. Well. So, the past is out. Everything has been laid out on the table for all to know. And, well, there's only one simple answer to the end. Well, really one simple statement to all of this. Is that Kyoushitsu apparently didn't have any parents to get on her about her behavior. So apparently there was just no one of authority to bring her down a whole bunch of notches, a whole bunch of pegs when she was in elementary school. She went through the rest of her life acting like she's hot shit. And now she feels that, being recognized as hot shit is just the expectation. That should just be what to expect. And here's the deal. We see plenty of this in real life with people who have that type of ideology that they're hot everything and that they should be basically worshipped for all of the accomplishments and good positive things that they've done in life. And you learn very quickly as you become a teenager, and especially after you get out of high school and join the adult world and have to get an adult job and have to become a regular part of society, a contributing member of society. You learn that no matter what your educational accomplishments are, no matter what your resume says you've done, that at the end of the day, there's always going to be someone better than you. But even more so than that, it's just the fact that the world does not revolve around you. The world does not revolve around you. It revolves around the collectiveness. Everyone has to contribute in one way or another to helping the world keep going. You know, there are things that happen in real life right now that, again, this is an anime reaction and not a political one, so I'm not going to go into too many details about how I feel on that. But we see this in the day-to-day life every day. And, you know, listening to Kyoushitsu throw her temper tantrum about temper tantrums, it's just very clear that she was allowed to get away with thinking that she was everything, that she was the head of everything, and that, you know, apparently she was owed something as a result of that. Now, yes, you know, she made a fundamental mistake, which was relaying stuff online, because let me be fair, I have had my own thing that I have written in the past. I actually used to write a blog myself. It wasn't an online one, but just, you know, sometimes when you're really angry, everyone has their different ways of being able to deal with anger. Some people will go to the gym. Some people will go out for a run. Some people will go to the bar. People will blog. And there are plenty of people who do have online blogs. And one of the big things that you know about having online blogs is, well, once you throw a blog out there for the world to see, that it is inevitably going to come back to bite you in the ass. Because once something is online, and this is coming from someone that this is my major, this is what I do for a living, you can't really block anything once it's online. I don't care how much encryption or this and that someone discloses that your data is being protected by. Inevitably, people will find out anything that you put online. But, of course, Kyoushitsu did the number one thing that a lot of people find a way to do in real life and in anime a lot. And she turned that anger against everybody else by airing everybody's dirty laundry out. Which is why, let this be a learning lesson, everybody. And especially to all of you that have been cheaters, if you ever stumble across this video. If you've cheated and you've done something bad, you better just make right with God or whoever your higher power is, and just keep that mess to yourself. And just never disclose it. Because if you do disclose it, you need to understand that someone will try to use said things against you at some point in time. Because people, no matter, and this is in my experience, no matter how kind people are, a lot of people are always going to do what is necessary to defend and protect their own self and their own well-being at the end of the day. No matter how best of friends you might have been with that person, no matter how close you might have been with that person, it is inevitable that people will take the things that they learn and could and will turn it against you if it comes to a situation of protecting their own self. And someone like Kyoushitsu, it was pretty much set in stone that she would be the type of vindictive person to do something like that, even though everyone's anger was initially directed towards her. So, what is my final opinion on Kyoushitsu? Now that we know what's going on and what's at play, my final opinion is she's a petty little snake. And she was allowed to be on a high horse for far too long and was never sat down, and it's time for her to be sat down. My opinion is exactly as it was about her before this episode started. My opinion has not gotten worse about her. It has not gotten better about her. It is exactly where it is. She's a little conniving snake, and while there are aesthetics about her that I love to see on screen, and she's busty and cute and this and that, she got to go. So, the work has been laid out now, and Horikita and Ayakanoji knows what needs to be done, and I get the feeling that Ayakanoji is going to take everything she just disclosed, just like I told y'all, and he's gonna flip it on her damn head. And I hope that we see that before the end of this season. And the way that the story writing is looking, it looks like we are going to deal with her before the season is over. So, with that said and all that out the way, and other things, we did get to see the study sessions get underway, and I think the study sessions are going relatively well. And, you know, it's just really one of those situations where Ruin, he now knows that Ayakanoji is pretty much at the helm of all this, and he communicated with them. And I'm just very interested to see how everything is going to play out from this point forward, now that all the dirty laundry is aired out there now, and it's just going to be very interesting. Oh, and we did get to have some adorable moments with Maya too, with Ayakanoji. So, all in all, this was a great episode. I'm very happy to see that everything's now out there for the world to see. And all I can wonder in my head now is, what is this man Ayakanoji going to do to deal with the newfound information that has been presented to him? Because the number one mistake Kushida just made was disclosing that story. Because you know he already has 100 different plans in place of how he's going to deal with this snake. And I, for one, cannot wait. So, I'm sure there's a few things I'm missing that were little snippets here and there, and I'll go back to those and talk about those more in my next reaction. I tend to do that a lot. If I miss something, I'll just follow back up the next week and go and reiterate any points that might have been missed, or I might add on some more to points that I've already stated. So, but yeah, that's my reaction, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, enjoyed the reaction, and for all of you non-light novel readers, anime-only watchers, I hope you enjoyed getting the little backstory about our little petty little snake being snaky her whole life. So, with that said, if you did like the reaction, please like and subscribe to the video and the channel. And if you want to be one of the first to be notified when a new reaction becomes available, hit the bell icon. As always, we do not have the following week's title yet, because normally those previews come out 48 hours before the episode. But I will see all of you lovely people next Monday for another episode of the second season of Classroom of the Elite. Until that time, catch you later.